6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Saturday, B Fleet seating race is off. It's like Craig Mackey in the 29 boat on the outside. Backing for the shore, Chris Sullivan, number 62. 143, Brig North in the middle in the red boat. 21 is Kim. I forgot your last name, Kim. Kim Robinson, maybe? I'm sure the internet will correct me for all my inaccuracies. Got George Pedrick in the 57 boat coming up the middle. Craig and Chris pushing to the outside. Brig North looks like he's getting into the lead. Going wide by the landslide over there. Broken water main, we heard. Don't worry, Californians, your taxes will go up for that to fix it. As we come into the first windward mark. Hopefully you don't hear my heavy breathing. Old man running with a camera. We need more wind so you can't hear me breathing. It's like Brig North coming in. A lot of port boats coming in. Got two down low, about ready to stack on the starboard. Got two up high. The notorious port tackers coming in. Brig bringing Chris on starboard. Followed by 57, George Pedrick. Michelle in the 171 coming in on port. Slamming the tack. 48, not sure who that is. Craig Mackey trying to squeeze it in. Craig does it. Got Brig North out front, the 143. Hold on while I reposition. How's the Blair Witch sailing video doing for you folks? It's good? You like it? That's good. Get my jog in. So we got Brig North on the outside, what they like to call the freeway. There's the boat owner, Dennis Roger, proud to have the 143 out in front, funding Brig North.
Happy about it.
The brig on the outside, George is 57, right? And Chris Sullivan coming up the middle, followed by Michelle. There's a cameo by Brig. As we come to the leeward mark. Chris Sullivan, hot off his podium finish in the Marbleheads, coming out to punish some IOM sailors. It's like Chris picked up some boat links on Brig as Brig comes back over. There's the rest of the herd. Brig was first to the windward mark. Looks like Chris Sullivan will be first to the leeward mark in the gray 62 boat. Followed by Michelle Rohr. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Looks like a good dead tie. Rig goes outside, Chris goes inside. Let's see which side pays off. Brig in clean air, no traffic. Saying hi to Mark Gollison as he goes by. Where's Brig? Out of frame. He's going so fast.
This is the second lap up, right? Or finish? Second lap. Second lap.
All right. There's the fans, riveted with all the action. Kids are out watching?
Yes, sir.
All right. There's Ian from his first IOM seating race. And back to the action. Who do we got? Got Brig in the middle. Looks like he's put some boat links on Chris, but Craig Mackey, the old sage of Southern California, putting some moves on Texan with the borrowed boat. Craig Mackey in the red and white 29 boat he calls Tabasco. Here goes Brig. Back on starboard as we head back upwind. Michelle tacks off the beach. Craig follows suit. We'll see on the cross here. Looks like Brig is still in the lead. Craig doing the backward shuffle. Michelle tacks, Chris Sullivan, number 62 in the middle, make another tack. Trying to get over here on starboard, come in on that windward mark with rights, which is probably a key element here at Mission Bay, folks might say. But don't listen to me, I don't know what I'm doing. I can barely film. Craig getting a little lift in the middle. Brig and George tacking off the beach. Brig is praying for some lift to make this windward mark. Looks like he is probably going to get it as the breeze says filled in. And put quite a few boat links on Craig. Way out to the left looking for wind. Came up empty as Brig pinches and slows to make the mark, but he makes it nonetheless without an extra tack. Boy, Chris.
29 protest 57. 29 protest 57. Thank you, George.
Tough one to call sometimes with the overlap at 4 links, but who knows? We'll review the film later. Let's try to catch up with Brig. Brig the Speedy Texan in the borrowed boat. It's a true collaborative effort from the sponsored by the Dennis Rogers Racing Team, number 143. Out in the lead of our B Fleet seating race. All right, more Blair Witch video. Team owner's still happy. Yep, he's still in the lead. You don't have to fire him in a seating race. Brig North over there hunting for wind on the freeway. Got the peanut gallery back here. Tony Gonzalez. Always encouraging words.
Was the boat problem? No, it's the crew.
Back to the action. Chris Sullivan clawing his way back. Chris managed to hold off the rest of the feet, but looks like Brig is almost leading this wire to wire. If I recall, Brig goes outside again. Looks like Sully's going inside in second, possibly. Some indecision, second thoughts, inside, outside, inside, outside, goes inside. This Brig gets a nice lift up the far shore. So Brig went outside.
Get ready, Alpha, get ready.
Got Chris and Craig Mackey. Chris number 62. Craig Mackey number 29. As the A fleet gets ready. There's Brig and some fleet. There's the other guys. Brig tacks onto port, heading towards the finish line. This is our chief protest officer, eating his sandwich, getting his energy ready. Getting his energy ready for the room, for the tough talk outs. Let's get up to the finish. Hold on. There's ankle brake ditch. Whew, go down and up. Rig tacks on to starboard, which is a good place to be. Might make the line. Maybe one more tack. Got a little lift there, a little puff. Chris Sullivan's gained some vertical distance, but he is definitely going to have to tack back on a port. As Freddie eyeballs the line, because this is a no-nonsense regatta. No shenanigans at the finish line. As Brig lifts, pinches and lifts, throws a tack in for the crowd so that you can read the sail number. Brig North 143. 6-2, Chris Sullivan.
Look at that, Craig.
Followed by Craig Mackey in third. 4-8.
4-8. 7-1.
Not sure 4-8. 171 is Michelle Rourke. 5-7 is George Pedrick.
5-5.
5-5. Mark Gollison. Oh.
06 on the mark.
Jason Brooks giving a love tap to the mark. And he holds on to defeat Kim at the end, boat number 21. Good race, Craig.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Saturday A Fleet seating race. IOM Region 5. Let me relook. All right, back to the action. Got Gary Bull in the middle, number 71. Derek Landau, boat number 14, way outside Dennis Rogers. Tony Gonzalez in 51. 87, that's Nick. Sorry, Nick, I forget your last name. Nick starts with an A. The internet will correct me at some point. And going wide. Looks like Gary tacks a little early. come up to the windward mark for the first time. Gary Bull and Tony Gonzalez on the inside. Gary in 71, Tony in 51. Coming up on starboard. Miracle lift might get them there. They're praying. They're doing all the things that sailors do. Tony tacks first. Get over on starboard. Gary's going to ride it up there. Come in on port with authority. So looks like Gary Bull making it to the windward mark first. Tony coming in on starboard in second. John Skinner in the 146 boat in third. Nick in the 87 boat. 41, don't know the name. 43 is Dennis Rogers, trying to follow up his teammate's boat. First place finish in the B seating. All right, hang on. I'm gonna lose some weight this weekend.
Yeah,
Gary, where were you at the 5K fun run this morning?
Dan, always with the 5K fun run.
I was here. I was here.
Only the Seattle boys showed.
I was here, 7 a.m. waiting for you. Those don't know, we always like to do a 5K before our IOM races. I won the run this morning. Got Gary Bull, his authoritative port approach to the windward mark. A little outside help from the sailors on how to walk. First time down, Fred. Got Gary Bull, 71 in the middle first, followed by Tony G, hot off the jet lag express. The yellow number 51 boat, followed by Nick in the 87 boat. As competitors make their decision at the gate. Gary goes outside. I think Brig liked that outside gate also. Followed by Tony in second, Nick in third. Derek and Dennis go the inside. Let's see who gains and who loses. Probably only keep track of the top four.
That's pretty hard to keep track
That's
of
as far as I go.
There's a lot of pressure over on the other side.
Yep. All right, Dennis tacks early, heading towards pressure. There's Larry sizing up the fleet. I'm trying to keep my heavy breathing to a minimum, Larry, on the video here. I need more wind to drown it out. All right, Gary and Tony went outside. Did Nick and Dennis go inside? Oh man, I'm gonna have to rewind. I can't remember now. This is our second trip back upwind. Wind filled in here, much to everybody's happiness. All right, I'll stop so the shakies come to a minimum. Gary Bull. Tony playing with the shore for all it's worth.
71?
Gary Bull.
No,
It is not Gary's first rodeo, as the saying goes. He did start sailing last week, but he's
Fast learner.
rocketed right to the top.
DJI gimbal or something else?
No, this is just my own shaky cam. I try to gimbal, and it's almost worse. So my strategy is I run and I try to stop. So looks like Gary's put a few boat links on Tony. Could be a wire to wire here for Gary. We'll see in the post-race interviews. Gary's hired a small submarine pilot out here to help him when he gets in trouble. Oh wait, you didn't hear that. Very tiny submarine can help push him along when he needs it. Gary, first to the windward mark again. It's going to get a little interesting here as Tony comes in on port. Nick praying for that lift. Lift! Tony tacks on top of him. But they do get that lift. So Tony's second, Nick number 87 and third, followed by John Skinner and Team Dennis Rogers racing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we go around the windward mark, Derek landed on 6th. Looks like number 41 and 7th. Gene Harris, number 50, coming in on starboard. All right, hang tight. Hard to keep up with Gary. Gary's got a fast boat. Gary's got long legs. The old fat guy in flip-flops, hard to keep up. I'm gonna be a skinny guy by the end of the weekend, Gary. I gotta be good at something this weekend, Gary. I hope I didn't peak in the seating race.
Gary, just go run aground, okay? That's for believing you want to read.
Always encouraging from always encouragement from our fellow sailors there, from Larry Grant. The breeze is filled in, fairly constant. Smiles abound. What's Nick's last name?
That's a good one.
Aikens?
No.
The internet will correct me, so I'll just guess all the wrong ones and then they'll...
Nick Allen.
Nick Allen, that's right, thank you. Nick Allen. Apologies, Nick. I'll memorize my roster better next time in all my free time. So, Mr. Bull to the leeward mark.
I should probably stay middle of the pond, but we're not going to do this time.
Yeah, he's going to try the inside. He's got room to experiment. Outside on the other leg.
Stay up a bit there, Dennis.
Huh? I'm on starboard, dude. I'm on starboard. You better stay over there.
Going above you, 14. 41. Sorry. Going below you, Gene. I was on starboard the whole time trying to keep clear. Thank you.
Yeah, but I understand, 4 boats, we were overlapped.
All right, we'll review the game film. Solve this conundrum of our seating race. That's Gary Bowl still in the lead. Tony G trying to put some moves on. As Tony comes up the middle, but do not count out John Skinner, number 146, who can put a race together also. Along with Dennis Rogers, all accomplished radio sailors at the head of this fleet. Nick Allen, 87. Just behind Dennis. Those two are really close at the leeward mark. You heard a little discussion. Port and starboard. All right, there's Fred setting up for the finish.
That's where the action is.
Gary Bull, tack, cover the fleet behind him. So Gary might have to throw one more tack to get in there, but I have confidence in Gary. He will probably let that one wire to wire, which is you somewhat expect that sometimes. Although Tony G did gain some ground on him.
7-1.
That's Gary Ball first.
5-1.
Tony Gonzalez in second. John Skinner claws his way to third.
1-4-6.
Good race, John. Followed by Dennis in fourth.
4-3.
Nick Allen in fifth. Looks like a little battle here between the Dyslexic Club, 14 and 41. Do not do this to yourself, sailors.
1-4.
That's Derek Landau,
4-1.
4-1. Gil, are you 4-1?
Yes.
All right. What's your last name, Gil?
Jansky.
Gil Jansky, 4-1. Stay away from that 14 boat. You guys are going to get confused.
5-0.
All right. Looks like 13 minutes and 20 seconds to get through a race. Good race, John.
13 minutes.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. All clear. The first Sea Fleet race of the day. Sea Fleet Heat race. Not sure what I'm supposed to call it, but hey. Got Jason Brooks in the 06 boat on the outside. Lots of green boats this weekend. Got a little fist pump from Jason. He's in good company. Got Mark Carlson right next to him, so. Jason tacks off the shore. Mark tacks in front of him. As they run up to the windward mark on port. Mark number 55 from Long Beach. Long commute to get here. Just kidding, it's not a long commute. It's a short drive that takes a long time. I think I heard it quoted as 3 hours. Jason, a new skipper out here, getting his grip pop dialed in, I believe. Accomplished big boat sailor, trying the model boats, having fun. It's at Corpus Christi, Texas this year. Looks like Mark and Jason will make it to the windward mark, first and second. Mark Carlson, number 55 first, Jason 06 second. The 04 boat, I'm not sure who that is. 94 is Jess Atkinson, followed by Larry Grant. Always a tough, aggressive competitor. Let's relocate. There's Ian, number 40, coming up the beach. Let's go, Ian. Rally. All right, Blair Witch. This is Blair Witch sailing video. All right, let your motion sickness settle. It's Mark Gollison, also known as King of the Corrector Weights yesterday, is out in first place. So those tenths of a grams matter, kids. I'm going to really relocate. All right, any lead changes? Well, still looks like Mark in first. Jason, number 06 in second. Looks like the green boats are fast today. Got chosen for the fast colors. And wow, big battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. But we still have another trip up, down, and back to the start line.
See how beautiful he is.
As boats come downwind. Oh, little right and left confusion. Called from the umpires in the lawn chairs. Self-appointed, not official. So Mark first to the windward mark, first to the leeward mark. Looks like Jason's giving up some boat links to Gil. We got Jason going outside, looks like. Gil going inside. We'll see where they cross. See which side pays. Let's see, Larry hot on Jason's heels. Mark sailing his own race. I am. Take your bets when I peter out. Mark looks like he's getting chased down by Gil. Gil told me his last name last race. Starts with a J, and I forgot it already. My short-term memory loss is going strong. Mark and Gil on their port tacks. Ian sneaking up there on number 40 over there on the far shore. First time to Mission Bay. We got Gil. Got Larry Grant, number 85. I believe Jerry, number 53. I will double check. Well, I'm racing next race, so maybe. All right, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Still looks like a battle. Hopefully Ian's sneaking up the middle there in his V8. Ian Vickers design. Not too many speedboats out here today. A lot of K2s, a lot of Britpops, a few other onesie twosies. As we all like to sail what the fast guys sail. Gee, stop walking down and post up so you're making the people sick. Mark has to throw another tack in there. Uh-oh, it's getting into the swirly zone here at the mark, windward mark. Second time, Mark gets a little puff. That'll shoot him around. These IOMs have a lot of momentum, so they'll actually coast compared to some other boats. As Mark gets some nice lift to take him to the mark without having to tack. Take his port rounding. Looks like Larry Grant has snuck up into third as the swirlies get Larry in the red 85 boat. Having to really fall off the wind to get going. Now he's pointing up a little more. Powering up. So Larry at the mark in third. Always in the hunt, Mr. Grant down here in Southern California in multiple classes, multi-disciplined sailor. Followed by 4-6, and Ian clawing his way back. Ian's a great sailor out of Olympia, Washington. Drove all the way down here, got stuck on I-5. Took him 4 hours to go from Bakersfield to the Grapevine. So, some big gains for Ian on that lap. As Mark is checking out. Gil is checking out. Larry's trying to check out. The peloton is trying to chase Larry down at his lone breakaway. All those cyclists out here. Larry's in what they call no man's land in cycling. The peloton all working together to chase him down.
That's because I nailed that start. You see that?
Probably, but I'm looking at a little tiny screen, so.
Put it in irons at 10 seconds.
Oh, nice work.
Yeah.
All right, well, you clawed your way back here. Mark could have a seizure.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe Gil too. But
Top 3 is all you need.
yeah,
In fact,
that is true. This is the first Sea Fleet race, so top 4 promote. Larry's giving him 1 boat buffer. Holds himself to a higher standard out here.
is it 4? I thought it was 3.
Nope, 4 up, 4 down, I believe. But hey, I'm the new guy. What do I know? Mark goes to the outside. Gil goes to the outside. Larry's got a decision to make to stay in the top 4. Does he follow suit or does he take the big risk?
Go behind you, Mark. Okay, thanks.
Some courtesy sailing going on. Trying to avoid the bar fights later on this evening, which is always a plus. Larry makes it to the leeward mark in third.
Professional documentation. How do you beat that?
I don't mess around. Well, I try to make myself useful.
Starboard, Jason, come on. Is looking for room from 40. Well, not on that one.
Plenty of room for you there, Jeff. All right. It's the first Sea Fleet race. Mr. Gollison trying to sail his way, hopefully 3 races in a row to get back into A Fleet, one of his normal spots. Larry doing a mark rounding on the start line.
I didn't want to catch it.
I know. Mark coming in on starboard, but Gil trying to give him the business on port. It's a tight finish. Mark giving him a friendly as they battle it out for the promotion spots. Gil's gonna get the Gil just Gil, just a punishing defeat for Mark to promote to B Fleet.
Good job.
Thank you.
Top competitors always out there trying to entertain the crowd. Back to the action. Larry in third, so now, as long as Larry doesn't have a seizure, he will bump up to B Fleet. Crap, I'm in B Fleet. I better get ready. And looks like, ooh, Larry's the third bump up. 4, 6.
Oh, thank you. Larry, that was
Looks like Ian got shuffled back again. Got some gains, but looks like number 46 will get the last spot. A little puff.
4-6.
Make it easy for the race committee to read the line. And we are at 14 minutes for that race, but I gotta get ready. Bye.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5-5. 3-4, 5-5.
First A Fleet of Saturday. Mark Gollison over early. Peter and Mark on the far end of the line. Gary Bowl on the close side of the line. I know there's fancy sailor talk for pin end and committee boat end. We'll leave that for the internet to judge me. Peter and Christian tangle on the shoreline. That's unfortunate. But a lot of tacking for the obstruction for water here. But Peter can usually claw his way back. We got Gary Bowl and Daniel Mueller. Mueller. Gary and Daniel doing some synchronized tacking there. New Olympic event. They're on starboard. Tony has to duck Gary. And can't tell what boat number that is behind it. Gary Winton in the lead in the green 54 boat, followed by Craig Mackey, Tabasco, number 29. Stop walking, Dan, so people will feel the shakes. All right, I'll post up. So Gary Winton, first place, number 54. Didn't see where he started on the line. But, Peter and Mark Gollison both had trouble on the first lap. Mark over early, Peter little altercation with Team Puerto Rico, Christian Plaza. Gary Winton around first, followed by Craig Mackey second, Gary Bowl third. Larry Grant with some pirouettes by the mark. Larry, the only guy who can come in on port, starboard, all at the same time. In fourth place. And a gaggle of boats. Is that what you call it? Is it a gaggle? Murder crows.
Orange bolt hit hard. 31. 33 is
If I follow you onto the 605, Mac, you got to make this work.
Little strategy discussion amongst competitors. Looks like no agreement was made. All right. Fred, hard at work. There's Jennifer Gallison looking for a ferry boat ride to cross the lake. Her husband has battled his way all the way to A Fleet from C Fleet. Sure. Then he was over early, that's right. That's right. Oh, nice. So he, number 55, traded spots with number 54. Both green boats and both out front. Well, one out front. Mr. Gary Winton. Followed by Gary Bull. And the ever cooperative Craig Mackey. Right behind in third. Got Larry Grant, Chris Sullivan. Look like they're coming to this inside mark. Chris is clear ahead. Clear ahead. Oh, looks like Larry's got some overlap now. All right, Gary Winton on the outside, Gary Bull on the inside. Let's see who picked her right. Followed by Chris Sullivan in third. Daniel in the 3-3 boat. The rent-a-ride from Fred. Daniel sailing up here from Brazil. Let's see, Gary Winton went outside and has now swapped places with Gary Bull, who went inside. Not sure what happened to Gary, but let's Gary Bull 71 definitely put some boat links. Mr. Winton, who's rifled back to second place. Gary using the full width for Mission Bay model yacht pond. Me using all my breath to give you some live, not so live, posted later tonight footage. Good breeze here today, filled in. Man chasing a soccer ball, trying to keep it out of the lake, and he does it. Back to the action. Looks like things shifted. What would that be? North? Yeah. Short a tad, but now it's back to our westerly. It's Chris Sullivan claws his way up the inside. Hold on, reposition. Now I'll stop. Gary Bull again, 71. Still got some boat links on Chris Sullivan that I believe, number 62, has gotten his way into second place. Gary Winton right behind. Tacking off the shore. As Gary heads towards the windward mark. So he's going to make it uncontested. Let's see. I think that's our second time around. So
Not like they used to. Now the city's so big, it depends where you live.
Gary Bull first around the mark, followed by 62. Chris Sullivan, North Bay is strong in this heat. Gary Winton does a good rounding, picks up some boat links on Chris.
You don't know why they ever would put a pool. You get those, you get all
Oh, by Daniel Muller. Need clarification on that, but we will get it from the studio. Your jobs on the starboard. It's good to sail with rights if you can. Gary and Daniel on the outside trying to pick up some breeze from the freeway, followed by Tony Gonzalez and Chris Sullivan. Just didn't have the cleanest mark round and gave up a lot of boat lengths, unfortunately. Hold on.
It's a lot of running.
I know. Just to let you know, these guys are in the middle of a race right now.
I'm going to get out of their way.
Okay.
No, you're good, mate. That's fine.
Yeah, just warning you. Gary's fast.
No, I don't know about being fast. I just a little combination of just not eating a DS65. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
No, I know. Believe me, I just got this. I don't want you guys ramming it.
No, you're
Yeah.
good, mate. You're fine.
Yeah. Have you hooked up with the club here yet?
No, I'm checking you guys out.
Yeah, San Diego Argonauts is the local
I
club.
know. I checked out your website and
Yep.
everything, and I bought the wrong boat.
No, that's all right. I buy one of everything so I can race whatever.
Well, that's what I'm hearing. It's like I just heard some guy that he's got like 14 boats, and he's got another guy that his wife is trying to get rid of his husband's like 20 boats or something. I don't know.
Yep.
A lot of boats.
All right, Gary Bull still. Yeah, the 95 seems to do a little better. It's a little bigger than the 65s. But down here you always get flat water, so
Yeah, and
they make a A+ for that rig, like a little bigger sail that really makes it nice.
really.
Yep. All right. Always never miss the opportunity to promote.
How old are you?
Gary Bull makes it through the fleet. Gary Winton doing well, hanging on. To second, I believe. It's like Daniel rifled back to third. Part of Fred Roca racing team. This is A Fleet, folks. Nowhere to go from here.
Guys, the ice cream truck is coming, so just make sure to think online about flavors. Okay? Okay, you go. You're good at Neapolitan.
All right. There's Gary Bull making for boring racing, just running away with it.
Exactly, running away with it. It's a question of trying to get across the finish.
Yep. Well, I'm open for coaching. I can help you anytime you need a little. It's either one tack or the other, Gary. Yep, yep. It's like Gary Bull getting first place. Oh, might be a little interesting here. As Gary Winton, he's gonna have to throw a tack in there.
7-1, good job.
To get out across the finish line. And Daniel coming up strong on starboard. Classic battle of good and evil. Port tackers and starboard tackers.
Oh, good and evil.
And
3-3.
look at that.
4.
Good wins. Good starboard wins out over evil port.
5-1.
Fourth place, Tony Gonzalez.
You know what Gary just said is Barbary Dodge.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Oh my God.
All right. Chris Sullivan in fourth. Representing the North Bay. Tony getting his second wind after the red eye. Maybe red eye. Tony, slippery. Slippery Tony. Somebody talked about this in the skipper's meeting. All right. 14-minute.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, and 5, 1. 5, 1, and 4, 3. 5, 1,
Race 3 Alpha. Saturday, February 18th, I believe. Ooh, spread across the full width. If this was NASCAR, that would be 4 wide. Craig Mackey on the inside, 29 boat. Gary Winton on the far side. Not sure who's ahead.
Hey, Daniel, we gotta go.
Tacking up the shore. 94, Jess Atkins running up the middle. Tony Gonzalez was over early, but now back to the front. Close race here. Craig Mackey on starboard. He's going to have to tack again.
7-1's requesting an attack. The board is gonna be tacking in water. Tacking for water.
Gary Winton, as they battle on the shoreline, sneaks up. Looks like he's going to get onto the starboard tack first, into the windward mark. Ahead of everybody. He's got a very straight leach on that boat. Sailing fast and high.
43, you gotta ask for room to do that. Yeah, 143. 9-4, protest 3-3. 9-4, protest 3-3.
Looks like Gary Winton gets out first. Gap the field. Getting chased down. Can't see sail numbers, but Gary Winton's out front. Mark Olson second. Coming through. It's like
It's a good thing I avoided you then.
Gary Winton checking out. Mark Olson, Jess Atkins, Craig Mackey, Tony Gonzalez, and Daniel all battling out for second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Tight race here. in the A fleet. Gary Winton was first to the windward mark. Looks like he's going to be first to the inside leeward mark. Gary goes inside. Craig Mackey going outside. All right, Gary's still a first, although looks like Craig Mackey's made up some boat links, followed by Jess Atkins, Mark Gallison sailing fast on starboard, everybody else on port. Mark slows up a little bit, here comes a puff again. Mark worked his way into third. All right, Craig Mackey closing the gap on Gary Winton. Craig tacks. Gary tacks. Mark Gallison, Jess Atkins sailing close to each other. Going up fast for either of them. Craig Mackey running up the shore here. Gary Winton. Little port starboard clash again. Craig tacks on the port. Might force the issue to go slow.
When I worked for that age group, I was just sick all the time. I was sick for 2.5 years, and I never, like, it was never a time off.
Craig Mackey working the full length of the course, gets on the starboard. Gary tacks under him. See if he gets lifted to the mark, definitely overlap. Gary gets the mark first. Craig Mackey second, 29 boat. Looks like Jess Atkins. Third, Daniel falls in behind. Tony Gonzalez in fifth, Mark Gallison sixth, Peter Feldman seventh for Sullivan. More Blair Witch video. Shake your cam. Didn't like a long distance last time. Let's go all the way down. See how we do. Getting into the evening hours here. It's like we got a lead change. Looks like Craig Mackey got into first. Gary Whitten slowed a little. We got Daniel, number 33, coming up the middle. This is the A Fleet race. So yes, Gary got rifled back to third, Daniel second, Craig Mackey in first, number 29. Little decision time at the gate. It's like Craig going the inside. Daniel going the outside. Gary Whitten on the inside. Let's see where they cross. This trip back upwind. It's like Mark Olson in fourth, Tony Gonzalez in fifth. Gary Bowl sixth, Chris Sullivan right behind him. Peter Feldman and Jess on the outside. Looks like Craig, Gary might get a little benefit coming to the inside here. All right, back to the water. Craig Mackey there, patented backwards walk. Heading to the finish line on starboard. Looks like Craig is going to make it for first place, number 29. Daniel in second. Gary Whitten, who led most of the race, back to third. Mark Olson in fourth. Big battle for fifth here between Tony, Chris, and Gary, and even Peter in the mix. Looks like Tony, the yellow 51 starboard boat, might get there first. Followed by Chris Sullivan, Gary Bowl, Jess Atkins. And first bump down. Bottom four, back to B Fleet.
Checking around that mark. It just pissed it.
All right. Race 4B. Got Christian and Ian over on the shore. Ian having trouble getting off the shore. Tacks and then tacks back because of the starboard boats. Get it all straightened out?
Oh, if I knew that, then I would be at a
Me too. Tight race here, 4B, everybody together. Ian coming up the middle. Gil right on his side. Ian Beswick, number 40. Top 4 go to A Fleet. There's Gil, number 41. Looks like he'll be the first boat on the starboard. No, John Skinner is, but the tack to get off the beach. Wind a little shifty. Tough angle here at the windward mark. It's like Gil around first, Ian around second. Who's the red boat? Is that Larry? Maybe Larry, number 80. Oh no, that's Christian. Number 114. Larry in fourth, number 85. John Skinner. And Brig North over there to round out the first 6 spots. Hold on.
This would actually be a very fun sport to bet on. Yeah, exactly.
I can be bought. All right. Check in with our leaders. Gil's still out in front. Ian's put on the brakes. Check in with the battle for second. Christian Plaza, number 114. Who else is out there? Those tired eyes. Looks like John Skinner's moved up, 146. Brig North, 143 from the Dennis Rogers Racing Team. They steal Ian's wind. No respect for the Pacific Northwest.
They're trying to draw me in again.
All right, stay tuned.
And very tired.
He's probably a plum box.
Sorry?
I wish.
Oh, yeah.
All right, beautiful day in San Diego. Gil, don't worry about all those boats chasing you. It's just a friendly. They all agreed not to pass you, if you believe that. There's some wind coming. Unfortunately, they get it first, just to make you nervous. And you get it second. All right. Peloton closed in on Gil. Did some drafting, working together. Mr. Skinner finding some wind on the outside. Brig North, looks like he clawed his way to third. The red 143 boat, followed by Larry Grant, 85. Ian Beswick having a talk with the Ian Vickers design V8. Gil had a pretty good lead at the windward mark, and looks like folks have chiseled away at it. Gil going to the outside. Brig North thinks inside but goes outside. We'll see which side pays off. See if Larry and Ian Christian can gain some ground against Gil, Brig, and John. Looks like these inside boats are getting lifted, driving straight up the shoreline. As I zoom back out.
You deserve it?
Well, inside may have paid until these guys have to tack. They're gonna ride it for all it's worth. Yes, sir. No.
This is finished?
First leg, first time up. Ian and Larry definitely benefited on the inside, making some passes on that first leg. Larry's very lonely, all sailing all by himself.
Just doing the 6 feet Kubik thing.
Yep. Safe. Larry is practicing safe sailing, keeping his distance in front. What happened to Ian? Ian is on the inside here. Not sure what he did. He was right on Larry's hip. He's in the middle. Nine minutes into the race here. In the red boats are fast division. Got Larry in first with a red boat, Christian in second with a red boat. Maybe Brig in third or fourth with a red boat. Followed by Ian in the 40 boat, white boat. So for those kids learning at home, paint your boat red, it goes faster. Larry tacks on to starboard and go around the windward mark. Very boring, all by himself. Christian tacks a little early, praying for lift. And he gets some. So tack off the beach. Larry Grant first, Christian worked his way into second, Brig in third in the 143 boat. Ian in fourth on the bump up spot here out of B Fleet. If he can stay in the top four, he bumps up. Larry appears to have sailed into a hole. Or a speed bump. There might be a speed bump out there. Freeway is under construction at the moment. the second, third, fourth place boats bear down on him. Gotta relocate. Feels like the breeze is softening a little bit. Larry's having flashbacks to El Dorado Park right now. Never thought it would follow him to Mission Bay, but it has.
Faster than the boat. Jen was just taking a picture. She got that in the.
I got your ass in my photo.
Yeah.
Larry Grant, Cinderella Story, from north of here somewhere. Just started sailing last week. So you ran into some seaweed out here, Mission Bay. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth are barreling down, but the wind finally catches up with Larry. As he faces the big decision. Let's see, go around one or the other? Larry first to the leeward mark. Heel sailing fast. Fast and furious. There he goes to the outside. Stay out of traffic. Second, third, and fourth, and fifth. Come to the mark. Ian gets a little puff. Reaching in hot to that outside mark. This will be a fun battle for second, third. Somebody needs to remind these sailors that it only matters top four. But it wouldn't be me. No outside assistance. Oh no. I think I filled.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Race 4 Alpha, big wind shift, a lot of sailors starting on port, a few guys stuck in irons on the line. Now the wind shifts back. Alpha Fleet. Daniel coming up the inside, number 33, looks like to be in first place. Close race on this first beat. A light wind day. And Gil in the 41 boat. I believe it's a Somtam. I think it's a Taiwanese boat. I believe. Don't quote me. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. As the breeze has lightened up here in the later evening hours.
Yeah, I can never do.
It's probably one of the reasons she's looking for someone. Either that or stubbornness.
Yeah.
But that's still probably affected her for the rest of her life.
What's that?
33. God put it in, or that's it.
Right place at the right time.
Yeah. Looks like this is a boat where the race where the orange boats are fast. In the earlier heats, the red boats were fast. Now the orange ones. Looks like Daniel makes it to the windward mark first. Gil begging for a puff. He gets a little one to shoot around it. Number 41 in second. Sullivan 62 in third. Looks like Gary Winton in fourth. Tony Gonzalez in fifth.
The bridge side, right?
Things are really calmed down, so I don't know if that means it's shifting or it's calmed down for the evening. But nice warm sunny day here in San Diego. Model sailing pond. Daniel looks like he's hunting out the wind well on this downwind leg. The 33 boat. Borrowed from Fred. Daniel flew in from Brazil. Daniel's figuring out his boat well here. All right. Still got Daniel out front, number 33. He's first at the windward mark. Gil, number 41, doing his best to not let him be first at the leeward mark. I think he's going to come up a little short. Followed by Chris Sullivan in third, soon to be second. As he grabs a puff downwind. Things have really gotten light here. It's like gill going to the inside mark. Run up the shoreline. Chris decides to follow suit. In second place. Gill in third. Tony, number 51 in fourth. Gary Winton, number 54 in fifth. Dennis Rogers. Things get really quiet here in the light wind. Everybody's really concentrating to keep their boats moving.
Did we get your nails and stuff?
Looks like Daniel rode that puff up the beach quite a ways. It's like a battle for first, second, and third. Big lift in the middle. Daniel comes off the beach. It's like Chris might have snuck into first place. Number 62, the gray boat. Drove down from the Bay Area, sails North Bay, Foster City. Lots of different sailing clubs up there. This Windward Mark is tough to get to. It looks like the wind lets you ride up the beach. It's Chris and Gil. Daniel lost a lot of ground there. Big lead change on that leg. As Chris Sullivan, 62, is around the Windward Mark, followed by Gil, number 41. Daniel, number 33, on port. Tony Gonzalez coming up fast, number 51 in his chines 2 from Florida. Gary Winton getting on the ley line. Tony finding a hole to sneak through on port. Same with Dennis. As we head back downwind.
when the F-14 came out.
On one battery.
And it can happen upwind or downwind.
Things are getting bright, staring into the sun. Starting to become a factor. 3:17 in the afternoon. Another hour 45 of sailing, most likely. It was a beautiful sight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. IOM's coming downwind. Coming down. Wing on wing. It's like Chris Sullivan's gapped gill a little bit. Clean living. Little sailing karma paying off. But never over till it's over here. Because the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place boats are coming in fast. Right there. Chris Sullivan, windward mark first.
Starboard.
Gill number 41 coming around second. Looks like Dennis Rogers has snuck into third, coming to the inside mark. Followed by Gary Winton. Larry Grant on the inside. Tony and Daniel to the outside. Let's see who pays off. Seems like this inside paid off on the start, the first leg. Guy's able to ride up the beach quite a ways. I'm slowing down, John. I'm slowing down. Here we are at the 2023 Tortoise and Hare IOM Extravaganza.
Except there's no hair.
This is the tortoise race. See if Chris Sullivan can hold on to his lead. Got Gill coming up behind him. Chris is moving good. Tony Gonzalez has snuck his way into third place. Dennis and Larry slow each other down. Looks like Chris got a full head of steam now. Sailing fast and furious. Tough to get across the start line on starboard. Oh my gosh. Big wind shift. Gill has to duck. Tony watching the action unfold as he just rides up in between them. Looks like Chris Sullivan held on to first place. Gill number 41 in second. Tony looking for a little forward momentum. Starboard forces Gary to tack. See if Gary can get back around, but Tony squirts across the line. Third. Gary went in fourth.
He did good. Yeah. Staying away from each other.